Donald Trump is now wanting what is essentially franchisee fees for being a MAGA Republican politician, but we'll get there. There's more to talk about first. Arizona Republicans cheered, clapped, and winked after blocking Democrats' attempt to repeal the 1864 total abortion ban again. Remember, this ban was created by a child kidnapper who didn't want his child wives to abort his raped babies, and then he abandoned each of the child brides after just a few years to get another. They are very happy about this man's bill. They even blocked debating it. But conservative media figures keep saying that Arizona Republicans are going to remove it. They love this bill. This is what they want to be in America nationally. That is why abortion is on the ballot nationally and why Republicans are worried. The Senate ruled the attempt to remove Mayorkas was actually done unconstitutionally by the House, and Mike Johnson in the House is now resorting to supporting a foreign military aid bill that Joe Biden supports. And while doing that, MAGA Republicans are calling for him to resign. Rudy Giuliani says the FBI seized all of his electronics, including a hard drive with child pornography on it. But he said he also had a backup. And he said this while talking to a pastor. Now, with all that said, of course, we have Donald Trump essentially asking for a franchising fee if you want to be a MAGA Republican. He wants 5% of what you raise. Now, let's take a look at what he's actually saying here. To whom it may concern. As we all know, dollars raised online will play a pivotal role in helping Republicans win this cycle. With the RNC now joining President Trump's campaign in a joint fundraising committee, we're issuing new guidelines for candidates and committees who choose to use President Trump's name, image, and likeness in fundraising solicitations. Beginning tomorrow, we ask that all candidates and committees who choose to use President Trump's name, image, and likeness split a minimum of 5% of all fundraising solicitations to the Trump National Committee, JFC. This includes, but is not limited to, sending the House file, prospecting vendors, and advertising. Any split that is higher than 5% will be seen favorably by the RNC and President Trump's campaign, and is routinely reported to the highest levels of leadership within both organizations. So literally, you can bribe Trump. That's now part of the official RNC scheme. You can bribe Trump. Additionally, President Trump's campaign and the RNC strive to treat our donors with the utmost respect. When using President Trump's name, image, likeness, we ask that all campaign and committee abide by the following messaging guidelines. Language and tactics we ask for candidates and committees to avoid using President Trump's name, image, likeness are. So do not speak on behalf of President Trump. Do not say President Trump needs you. An example, only President Trump and authorized personnel in his campaign are allowed to speak on his behalf. Any other views he might personally hold. Questioning the reader's support of President Trump or trying to support to a financial contribution. An example of this would be, if you support President Trump, you'll contribute now. Creating memberships, clubs, or rewards that are not authorized by the campaign. Example, this would be Trump Gold Club. Using matching language or implying the reader's donation has a larger impact than face value in conjunction with President Trump's name or likeness. President Trump campaign and the RNC do not use this tactic, and we're asking all campaigns to avoid this type of language when President Trump is mentioned or his image is used. Using a reply to donate or one-click donation feature when mentioning President Trump, any mention of Trump's family without their consent or the consent of the campaign, impersonating President Trump or his campaign. These examples are by no means exhaustive. Any vendor whose clients ignore these guidelines will be held responsible for their clients' actions. Repeated violation will result in suspension of business relationships between the vendor and Trump National Committee, JFC. This includes list rental agreements. So yeah. Finally, all committees that have been given the Trump seal of approval will be allowed to have one upsell that is personally signed by President Trump. We've seen upsells signed by President Trump have the highest conversion rates in dollars per view. All we ask is a 1% split on these upsells. So they ask for additional money. If you're good enough, you get additional money. Even my dog's angry. Yeah, this is basically starting a MAGA political franchise.